What I know, every failure, every setbacks carries with it an opportunity to succeed the next time you do it again. You ain't gotta trust me, you just gotta test me, for real. I remember speaking at an event about a year or so ago. I promise you, I did so bad. If I was paid to be at this event, I would have given back a full refund. That's how bad I thought I did. On my way home from the event, all kind of thoughts was going through my mind. You know the mixed emotional feelings you get when you don't even believe in your ability to execute. Because you allow your mind to convince you it's not even worth the try to do anything again. Whatever that may be for you. Man, this is a very painful process. When your head is telling you one thing, but your heart is saying something completely different. For example, your head telling you, who told you you could do this? Remember where you're from? How many people you know personally that's doing what you are doing or what you're trying to do? You should just quit while you still can. And you wouldn't have to make a fool of yourself. I must tell you though, some failure hurts and lasts longer than others. But this one here was a hard pill for me to swallow because my expectation was so high. I was beginning to believe in for a moment what my feeling was saying over what my heart is telling me. Man, sometimes we can be our worst enemy. If we focus on the negative emotional we experience at times when we fall flat on our face, if not careful, you can become self-destruct. I remember coming home, I received a phone call from a friend asking me to sit down for an interview. I thought this was a great opportunity for me to redeem myself, or should I say, recover from the low blow. I agreed to do the interview without any hesitation, but I was still nervous as hell. As you could see, I had every reason to be so, because I left my confidence and my faith at the airport. I went on with the interview anyway. But in the middle of the interview, I realized one thing. The only mistake we make as people is the one from which we learn nothing from. And there I started to talk about failure and giving steps how to overcome failure and ways to start fresh after failure. Then I realized I was not only speaking to an audience, but I was also speaking to myself. You gotta understand, just a week ago, I was ready to walk away from this thing for good. After the interview, I look at my notes. I discover some of the mistakes I made was not as bad as I thought. Then I realized something that one of my mentors have told me. Polo, you are never as bad as you think you are, and you are never as good as you think you are. You see, I started to think, what if he's half right? Now quitting is not an option. And if I choose to quit, how would I learn? I know without any doubt I would miss on the opportunity to get better. You see, learning from failure is always lead to success. It really is. What I hope you get from me today is that believe in yourself and your dream more than the fear of failure or the mistake of the past. Secondly, don't be afraid of what people might say about you or think about you. That's none of your business. That, my friends, is going to take courage and believing in yourself to ignore people's opinion of you. In other words, you gotta want your dream more. You gotta want your dream bad enough to not giving up based on what people say. Look, do you think the people who created massive success did it because they were never criticized? Or do you think they're more talented or more special than you? Better yet, do you think they had more time than you? Maybe you thinking they just got lucky. Let's say you half right, but I can assure you the percentage is very slim if you believe in luck. Or was it that they were willing to do what others want and not be afraid to make mistakes others don't? You see, throughout my journey to success, I've learned one common thing about highly successful people. They take calculated risk more often than the average man ever dreamed about. Now, I get why people will look at someone with success and think that they got lucky, because success has a way of making people on the outside think that you got where you are overnight. But what you fail to understand is that success has a way of showing up in someone's life at the right time in such an abundance to compensate you for 10, 20, maybe 30 years of hard work. Looking on the outside, one can easily mistake 20 years of dedicated hard work for overnight success. I know you want more, and I'm sure you have the desire to work hard enough to get more. But can I tell you a secret? Desire is not enough. You gotta be able to take massive action. And if you don't like the directions of your life, where your life is going, one right decision, you only one right decision away to create a shift in your life in the right direction. And that will give you an opportunity which will make all the difference a year or 10 years from now. So I want to challenge you to do something that will give you a jump start. You need to get your should and your must in order. How do you do that? Look, first thing you gotta do, what are you doing right now that's not working and you should eliminate in your life? Or what are you doing that's working, you should contribute more time towards to get you to the level where you need to be. And now, do not tell me you ain't got nothing. Believe me in you, you are doing something that's contributing toward your lifestyle right now, whether consciously or unconsciously. So it's time to be conscious of your life. You see, sometimes I don't think I belong on this planet because I believe anything that is within my ability is achievable, even if I have to fail or do it over and over and over against setback. I know this may be the craziest time to be alive, but the reality, in my humble opinion, is that this is also the best times in human history to be alive, because we get to see things others dreamt about. You see, the craziest time has always been around for as long as human being can remember. However, those who know and understand the times always succeed. People who wanted change badly enough always seems to find a way to make change happen. Look, you can any longer think that you can just do the very minimum and expect massive success. Now it's time to show up for your life. Act in such a way as if there were no tomorrow. As my good friend mentor Hubert Edwards would say, take the opportunity to go to the next level with me.